Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Triple Double Nation. Today I'll be covering how the Philadelphia Sixers became legit title contenders in 2021. Let's get into the video. Last season, after the NBA's resumption of play due to the COVID-19 pandemic shutdown, the Philadelphia 76ers entered the NBA bubble in Orlando with a 39-26 record and looked to be one of the top seeds in the Eastern Conference playoff picture. After going 4-4 in their seeding games, the Sixers drew the 6th seed in the playoffs and lost one of their all-stars in the process. Ben Simmons suffered a subluxation on the left patella against the Washington Wizards in one of the 76ers seeding games and missed the remainder of the season, including the playoffs. This left the Sixers with Joel Embiid as the only productive player on the roster to take on the highly talented and motivated Boston Celtics. The series was over before it began as the Sixers got swept by the Celtics and were dismissed in the first round of the playoffs, capping off a very disappointing season for Philly. It was not long after losing the series that the 76ers fired Brett Brown and began their head coach search. Newly appointed Sixers GM Elton Brand wanted to bring in a championship-level coach that could lead this championship-caliber core deep into the playoffs, and while Ty Lue seemed like a great hire, the Philadelphia 76ers hired Doc Rivers to be their new head coach quickly after he was relieved of his duties in Los Angeles with the Clippers. The Philadelphia 76ers also brought in former Houston Rockets GM Daryl Morey to be the president of basketball operations for this organization, and both him, Doc Rivers, and Elton Brand get to work on what they could do to surround Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris with the best talent possible. With over $90 million being spent on these players alone, finances were tight for the 76ers organization this offseason, but they made things work by moving Al Horford's big contract in exchange for Danny Green and Terrence Ferguson. Danny Green, the veteran shooting guard, should give the 76ers a reliable wing defender as well as a championship-level and proven offensive player. Green is a three-time NBA champion, winning one title with the San Antonio Spurs in 2014, one with the Toronto Raptors in 2019, and one with the Los Angeles Lakers last season in 2020. Green's ability to shoot from the perimeter will give the Sixers a more formidable unit from deep, something they have not had over the years. His defensive abilities give them someone they can count on the defensive end of the court next to their NBA all-defense and all-star Ben Simmons. This was just one of two big acquisitions the 76ers made this offseason, the other coming on draft night. 2020 NBA Draft. On draft night, the Philadelphia 76ers held the rights to one first-round draft pick and 4 second-round picks. Trade talks remained pretty quiet until the second round for the 76ers, but first they selected Tyrese Maxey out of Kentucky with their first-round pick. Standing about 6'1", Maxey is a combo guard who will not only spend some time this season at point guard behind Ben Simmons, but will also play some shooting guard as well given his athletic abilities to attack off the edge. With Simmons, Joel Embiid, and Tobias Harris as the three main scoring options for Philly, Tyrese Maxey should be able to provide some solid minutes off the bench during his rookie season as a result of his slashing abilities from the wing. On the drive, Maxey has great body control and is a great finisher at the rim with either hand. His offensive potential is as high as any incoming rookie, and given the Sixers scoring woes of the years, Tyrese Maxey could earn himself a lot of playing time as a result. Later on in the draft, the 76ers made a trade with the Dallas Mavericks, sending wing defender Josh Richardson and the number 36 pick in the draft in exchange for Doc Rivers' son-in-law, Seth Curry. Not only was this a great trade for Rivers as he gets to play with his father-in-law as a coach, but Curry is the much better player than any other prospects that were left in the draft. Last season, Curry ranked third in three-point shooting percentage at 45.2% and ranked second all-time in three-point shooting percentage. He is one of the best three-point shooters in the entire league, and with him on the wing, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid will have a true three-point shooting threat that they can feel comfortable giving the ball to. The rights to the 34th pick in the draft were packaged together in the deal to the Thunder that sent Danny Green to the 76ers, and the Sixers selected Isaiah Joe 49th overall and Paul Reed 58th overall. The 6'9" Reed will spend most of his time in the NBA G League this coming year as he agreed to a two-way contract with the Sixers, but Isaiah Joe has a chance to spend more time in the NBA. Joe and the Sixers agreed to a 3-year rookie deal with the first 2 years of the contract guaranteed. The Philadelphia 76ers wanted to add as much depth on the wing and at the shooting guard position as they could, which is why Isaiah Joe is a good fit for the team. The 6'5" guard proved to be a reliable scorer during his time at Arkansas and has proven to be a legit three-point threat, shooting about 37% from deep. The Philadelphia 76ers have some solid rookies to mold in the role players for future seasons, and overall had a really solid draft night that was highlighted by trading for Seth Curry. He will make a big difference in this team's offense this upcoming year and will likely continue his three-point shooting onslaught. 2020 NBA free agency. After acquiring Danny Green and Seth Curry, whose contracts add up to about $23 million combined, the Philadelphia 76ers did not have any salary space to sign anyone above a minimum contract, but they were still able to land a bigger name. Dwight Howard and the Sixers reached an agreement on a 1-year non-guaranteed minimum deal for the 2020 and 2021 NBA season. Last season with the Los Angeles Lakers, Howard played a vital role to their success at the center position next to Anthony Davis. His aggressiveness and ability to rebound on both ends of the court proved key in their efforts throughout their playoffs, and his play helped them win a championship. The 76ers hope to get the same player Howard was last year, as he should provide some reliable and solid depth behind Joel Embiid. The Philadelphia 76ers also signed Derek Walton Jr. and Ryan Broekhoff to training camp deals, as they both fight for one of the last roster spots on this roster. Neither player, if they make the roster, is expected to see significant minutes this season, as they will both be the final player on the bench for Philly. Overall, the 76ers pursued talent via trade instead of in free agency. Given their financial restraints and guaranteed salaries for the upcoming season, their front office knew how they could not do much in free agency, and as a result decided to flip Al Horford and Josh Richardson's bigger contracts for 2 key role players that will be inserted into this rotation and find success immediately. The 2 trades they pulled out for Seth Curry and Danny Green will really help the 76ers this season because of the help Simmons and Embiid needed last season. Simmons cannot score outside of the paint, with Embiid dealing with injuries every season and not being able to carry the team alone. Both Curry and Green should provide some comfort with their three-point shooting abilities. Season outlook. Entering the 2020 and 2021 NBA season, there is no reason why the Philadelphia 76ers should not be viewed as one of the 4 best teams in the Eastern Conference. They should not have only the offensive firepower they need on a wing, but now have a pretty decent defensive team that should be able to guard the perimeter well. Ben Simmons has never been able to score outside of the paint in his career, and honestly, he may not need to anymore. Doc Rivers will put him in situations to get the most out of his proven abilities and not what he could be. The Sixers do not necessarily need Simmons to be a perimeter threat, and while it may help in the long term, that is not his play style, and it never was. His abilities to play defense and will be one of the better passers in the NBA make him the all-star talent that he is, and he will be one of the focal points once again for this Philadelphia 76ers organization. The success they will have this season will revolve around Simmons being able to limit his mistakes and be able to find his new teammates for catch-and-shoot three-pointers. The 76ers are definitely a championship contender in the Eastern Conference, and finally have the personnel to make a deep run in the playoffs. They match up well with every team in the Eastern Conference because of their size, and if they can consistently get open threes on the perimeter, then this team could be special. The success of the 76ers this season heavily on their ability to knock down big-time three-point shooters, as they ranked middle of the pack last season in threes made per game. Expect to see Joel Embiid have his best season of his NBA career and help elevate this Philadelphia 76ers team possibly to the Eastern Conference Finals this season. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.